Hello, I'm John Waters, and I'm supposed to announce there is no smoking in this theater, which I think is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard of in my life. How can anyone sit through a length of a film, and especially a European film, and not have a cigarette? But don't you wish you had one right now? And I'm telling you that smoke anyway. It gives ushers jobs, and if people didn't smoke, there would be no employment for the youth of today. So once again, no smoking in this theater.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Meach's Musings here across the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media. I did see the message in the private chat, Mr. Williams. I will rectify that tomorrow. So thank you for that reminder. For some reason, it's not in the miscellaneous section. So I will rerun that watch-along trailer at the end of the show today with the proper additions of AEW Dynamite Big Business with 2 S's in Boston and Rebellion, which is actually coming up in April and is part of today's big announcements. So stay tuned for all that today. Hi, happy Monday. It's good to see everybody in the chat room. Good to see Walter and JJ came in immediately. Good to see Matthew coming in as he do, asking me, what do I want to muse about? Well, generally speaking, Matthew, Musings is on Thursdays, as we know now, because Talk Wrestling is usually on Mondays. But there's not a whole lot of news that's developed since I last took the air for Talk Wrestling that hasn't already been discussed on Open Mic Night or an ODQ stream or whatever. So I figured let's go ahead and flip-flop the shows for the week because I've got a ton of shit to shill. And I want to make sure I get into it with everything. And yes, to those who observe the 46 terms of office, happy President's Day, everybody. Of course, this Thursday is George Washington's birthday. Last Monday was President Lincoln's birthday. So, and Daniel, good to see you as well. And I tend to think these announcements today are better than what Tony Khan has delivered here lately. Although I am looking forward to whatever they bring, AEW, pronouns, pal, whatever they bring us in Boston. So, but that's not why I'm here today. What I'm here today to talk about, actually, is JJ and I, over the course of the last 24 hours, have finalized our Open Mic Night special theme nights for the remainder of 2024. Some of them were already in place, yes. However, we had a few months that were missing content, so we wanted to make sure that those were addressed and booked. We don't have dates, actual specific dates on a few of them as of this stream. However, we will as we get closer based on what WWE, AEW, TNA, and New Japan announce, because we need to kind of coordinate with those folks, right? You guys already knew that coming up next month, as we do, this is our second annual show, but we have tended to, I mean, we've put this out there for a while, that open mic night on March 30th will be our wrestling theme karaoke night. And yes, that literally means how it sounds. We're going to come on here and karaoke the wrestlers' themes. That's what we're doing on that show. So be on the lookout for that. That was already booked. No hesitation, because it's the week before WrestleMania week, right? So that's what we're doing there. April now has been booked. April will be the return of Match Game across the multiverse of media for game night. It'll be the first game night we will have since Price is Right in January. Of course, Saturday night we did our Taylor Swift karaoke, much to the chagrin of the viewers and the listeners' ears, but we did it. So we are bringing back Match Game in the month of April to coordinate, to kind of counteract the 2 karaoke shows in a row with Taylor Swift and then wrestling theme. So that will be coming up April 13th. I booked it for the 13th because the 20th, of course, is a TNA Rebellion, which we will also get to, as I said, momentarily. And the week before, April 13th, is WrestleMania. So it's either 13th or 27th. I figured let's get the game night in the middle of the month. That way the monetization is flowing. The super chats are coming in. We get a lot of good stuff. So if you would like to be part of Match Game, I do believe our where's my mic? I got to do the Paul Heyman shtick for real here. Give me a second. Our reigning, defending game night champion is currently Greg Cherry. So if we can coordinate with Greg to be on Match Game that night, he will defend his game night championship. Otherwise, we will have 2 new contestants for that first round, and we'll go from there. So that'll be on April 13th. I see the comment. I shall go to it and see what we're doing. And if you would like to challenge the reigning defending Monday Night Great Champion, Greg Cherry, it costs a $10 super chat. Yes, I was getting to that as I was toward the end of the chills for the game nights, but JJ, ever the producer, which I appreciate because sometimes the old Meach gets a little scatterbrained. $10 super chat during the course of a open mic night stream, or hell, any stream we do that says this is for game night. Boom, there you go. Hashtag Match Game, hashtag whatever. We'll get to the games. So thank you, JJ, for the reminder. May had already been like penciled in, actually dark penciled, but now it's permanent marker. Saturday night, May 4th. The night of Backlash, and it says following Backlash on this graphic. I realize now, as I get ready to present this, we're going to be on the air for Open Night way after Backlash is over. So that is a misnomer on the graphic. I will correct that going forward. But Star Wars trivia for May the 4th coming up on Saturday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, obviously. So that'll be what our theme night is for Open Mic Game Night on May 4th. And that'll be at our usual 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific time slot. So well after Backlash is through in France. So that is my bad for the incorrect. Yes, we will throw this graphic in this room. I don't think it is. So I'll just say it. Botch. There you go. There it is. And yes, we are aware that the most electrifying board member in all of entertainment is at the Daytona 500. It's supposed to be yesterday, but the weather sucked in Florida yesterday, kind of like it sucks here. So I'm not keeping tabs on Daytona right now. We'll cover that on Snapboy Sports Bar tomorrow afternoon. And that'll be a Mikey produced show because Jeff will be out of the house on a familial obligation here. So that'll be fun. Had to leave earlier than I thought I did for that, so I will not be there to produce the show. So that'll be fun. June had been booked for a while by JJ, and we talked about it. It'll be our 1980s karaoke night. That'll be Saturday night, June 15th. Again, in the open mic nighttime slot, 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 Pacific. July now has also been booked. The challenging team is tentative, very tentative. I don't have confirmation from the other team yet, but I'm hoping that our second annual Saturday skirmish will be between Team JMN and Team No DQ. So that is my hope for July. Again, no date booked. The only premium event we know about is Toronto for WWE, they'll have Money in the Bank and Heatwave, NXT Heatwave that weekend. So I didn't want to book it for then because Noah was hoping to go to those, and I didn't want to lose my game show host for being real. So that is what the plan is for July. The return of our Family Feud, centric game night. August, of course, had been booked around Mr. Williams' birthday and his affinity for the Beach Boys and the music of summer. Beach Party will be August 17th, again, in our open mic night time slot. We now have our September theme booked. It will be a game night once again, and it will be a return as we present our second annual Haunted Hangman. And again, that'll be, just your basic Hangman game, but with a little bit of wrestling flair from the Jeff Meacham Network. That is in September. Again, date to be determined based on the calendars released by WWE, WTNA, and the NWA, New Japan, all the things. October had been booked already, as you know. October 26th will be our Halloween karaoke open mic night, Dead Man's Party. So be sure to come on in the Saturday before Halloween to sing all the spooky songs. Now, November is where I'm very curious to the reaction. And I'm going to put this out on my social media tonight during the East Coast broadcast of Raw. Whether Greg emerges from Match Game, Haunted Hangman, as the open mic night game night champion, he will return in November. September 28th would be the hope. So there you go. There is that. Thank you, JJ. And Matt, if you can be on Star Wars Trivia, throw us the $10, brother. There you go. You throw us $10 now, you're booked, regardless of who's champion going in. And that may be Jeopardy format as far as the amount of contestants. So we'll see. We're still working that out. But in November, Greg Cherry will return to game night for us on the Jeff Meacham Network because it'll be the return for one night only of the Wrestling Trivia Challenge. You heard it right. WTC will be back in November. Again, date to be determined. But if you want to try to be the one who takes down the greatest wrestling trivia mind of our time, look out around Thanksgiving, maybe a little bit earlier. So be on the lookout for that. And as noted previously, our third annual open mic night Christmas karaoke, that'll be the Saturday before Christmas, Saturday, December 21st, 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 Pacific. So that is what I had to announce as far as the upcoming shows, or the open mic night theme nights. Now, the other big announcement I have is, for those of you that missed open mic night this last Saturday, and your ears will thank you, but your memory won't, because it was a sight to be had. It was also announced in the chat room, I do believe, that our buddy Dattila over at Rangers of Wrestling will be attending TNA's Rebellion weekend in Las Vegas, April 20th and 21st. Of course, they're doing Rebellion the night of the 20th, and they're taping Impact the next day. Both shows at the Palms. However, there's an addition to that show. We, of course, will be doing our watch-along coverage across the multiverse of media on Saturday, April 20th. But joining Dattila in Las Vegas for now will be yours truly. I am able to go to Vegas. I have it worked out with the necessary parties. So I will be in Vegas. Not only will we be doing our coverage of Rebellion, but the day before, so Friday, April 19th, we will have a very special presentation prior to what I feel will likely be the time slot for Simply Predicting. But prior to that, wrestling history in Las Vegas. And there has been a lot of shit in wrestling that has gone down in Sin City, all the way from the Blackjack Brawl right up until January 13th of this year. So we'll cover it all. Maybe even a few people that were involved in those history moments, part of that show. Maybe. We'll have to see. Vegas is Vegas, baby. You never know. So check us out all weekend long. However, where I come for you now is a plea, a ask for help, if you will, because I have long talked about wanting to take a work vacation, however you want to call it. Working vacation, I guess, is the right phrasing. I wanted to have my co-host, my partner in crime, the Renegade JJ Williams, on a work trip and get content filmed up there, get live streams done up there, But money is a mucker further for both of us. Like I said, I got thrown a bone, if I'm being 100% honest with the folks out there. With everything that's been going on around here, I said, hey, may I have this opportunity to take a brief sojourn, be able to see my friends up there, be able to see my friends that work for TNA when they're in town, all the things. And I was granted that request. But for JJ to be able to come along, we need you guys at home and your help. So what we're asking is, if you can find it in your hearts and in your wallets, more importantly, to get the Renegade to Rebellion, hit him up on PayPal at Renegade JJ Williams, one word. Anything will be graciously accepted and appreciated, to get Mr. Williams to join myself and Attila on the ride to Rebellion. The money we're factoring in, and it's $500. What the shit? Just break it down a little bit. That is a Friday night, Saturday night, 3-night stay at least for our purposes, a decent hotel in the Circus, or a adjunct property, flight up there, flight returning, and I forget the word. It's not essential, but shit, that word's not happening. Contingency plan for Uber, monorail, all the things up there, transportation. And yes, by no means is it expected that one person throws down that 500. But I'll tell you what, right now, we got 17 people watching across the multiverse of media. That can go a long way if you really, break that down. Let me just do the math, because I have a calculator in front of me that I can do that. And yeah, the Circus is awesome, Walter. I've stayed there a couple times. Even if every single person in here right now were to donate, that would only be $32 a person. And yeah, Circus. And Attila is here. Speak her name and she shall appear. She's like Joe Hendry in that respect. So there you go. There is that. Let me get rid of that and go one step further. And there you go. Tennessee in 3 years' time, if we can do it. Absolutely, Mikey. But again, the focus is Vegas, because that's where Rebellion's going to be. And yes, Attila is the one that is making this possible. She is the one that had the tickets to Rebellion itself and was able to work out the payments with me for the wrestling tickets. So we just want to get JJ a comfortable place to sleep and the ability to travel around without having to rely on the public transit in Vegas is pretty good, but there's construction up there right now, and there's ongoing construction, which is always fun. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible to pull that off. And I'm sorry, as you saw on my post social media, I'm balancing 45 things today, so I'm trying to coordinate everything. And yes, help JJ go to Rebellion. I'm going to lower us up to like Renegade to Rebellion or something. So, JJ believes in Attila, as does Joe Hendry. So very good. I love it, guys. So yeah, that is the plan. The plan is to get Team JMN locally here in Southern California all out to Vegas for Rebellion weekend. We were, in my opinion, cheated out of WrestleMania. People coming into town for WrestleMania last year because of the damn Philadelphia Eagles. The hell with you guys. I hate you. So figure get a little TNA action, because I've not been to a TNA show. It'll be 20 years this coming December. Jade has never been to a TNA show, period. I've never been to Impact. I've only been to pay-per-view because they didn't have Impact going. I think if they did, it was that horrible Fox Sports Net version, which was god awful. Been to one pay-per-view though, my whole wrestling fandom life, and that was almost 20 years ago now. So we would love to be able to make that work for JJ and get him out to Rebellion and Impact. And if the NHL schedule works out like I think it's going to, based on the way the team is playing, we may get to see the Golden Knights play at T-Mobile Arena. I would love to be able to do that. That'll be not in your guys' purview, but that's just my own personal thing. I am not a Knights person. We all know I'm a Kings guy, but hockey's hockey, man. And if the Kings keep going the way they're going, we're not going to see a whole lot of playoff action at Crypto.com Arena. So there you go. And JJ will have a milestone if he goes to this show, because he's been to everything. WWF, WCW, WWF, WWE, WCW, TV, ECW, pay-per-view, AEW TV, but never been to TNA. He will be, to my knowledge, the only one in the circle, my entire circle, that has been to all of them. I never went to ECW, the original, nor the WWE version. I've been to TNA, been to AEW, been to WWE many times now, but never to ECW. I went to WCW house show in October of '94, so I did see a WCW show. And I hope Joe Hendry wrestles that day too. We'd love to see Joe Hendry wrestle. Mikey, again, Staff Boy Sports Bar tomorrow, brother. I'm gonna plug it. I promise. I will get you there. Yeah, WCW. If you became a fan when we started doing our shows, you wouldn't have had the opportunity. Same ECW. So we appreciate our young fans, but it wasn't happening. It wasn't going to be a thing because those companies was gone by then. I agree, man. I wish somebody would sign Ken. That Anderson's an asset and a half. All right, now that we're done with the special shows, the shows we don't usually do because we didn't know about those shows until today. Nitro in the front row. There you go. JJ was in the front row of a Thunder along the ramp and almost got killed by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. That's a true story. Because Suckers got to know. Anyway, I don't think it was front row, but the story sounds better that way. Now, the rest of this week, check this shit out. I was originally going to be on until Dad's on Wednesday because today's been crazy, but it got less crazy. So here I be. Tomorrow, JJ will return for Love of Wrestling for Love of Wrestling, covering all the weekend shows and Monday Night Raw. I don't know where those graphics went. I'm kind of pissed off. So I'm going to let myself upload those while I talk about these shows instead. We'll get to the Jeff Meacham Network stuff momentarily. This coming Wednesday, out at the Mint in Los Angeles on Pico, my friends, my buddies, Jesse Fury and The Sound will have a show. Doors are at 6. The show opening will be at 7, and I believe Jesse Fury and the team go on stage at 8. So I will be there. It's crazy. I've been saying it for a little while now, how small the world continues to be seeming to get. It's a little bonkers. I'm not going to lie. So Jesse, again, is the son of Luke Robitaille, who I've watched grow up from a drafted hockey player in 1984 all the way to being president of business operations for the Kings, which, again, it's just a little crazy. So that is super neat. To his left, to right on screen, is Nikki Stevens, who I've known her family before she was born, since I was a year old. To Jesse's right, left on screen, is Aurora, who I recently saw as part of the Pinktastic Plastics, and you can follow them on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify at Pinktastic Plastics. I saw them at the Whiskey A Go-Go the other night. Hell of a show. Good times. So yeah, come on out to the Mint this Wednesday. There's the QR code for tickets. Please come check out this new band. It's their debut show. And it's a very weird 6 degrees of Jeff Meacham thing for me. So please come out and check these guys out. I'm so excited to see old friends and long since forgotten friendships and acquaintances. Yeah. Jay and I need to look pretty for a billion because we're going to be in the hard cam second row side. We're going to be sitting where Attila sat for Hard to Kill. So we need to look all TV glamorous. It's going to be, that will be the true challenge. We might take part of that money we raised for JJ and just get ourselves a decent, a makeover and a wardrobe fix. Holy shit. Anyway, my good friends, the LA Dolls, including Ariel Belair, Rocky Rose, book them for your next event. The QR code will take you to their website and their booking information. So please check them out. They put on a hell of a show. They sing pretty much anything, if I'm being honest. They're a hell of a group. And they will next be, they're booked for sure. I know at Topanga Social where I saw them. Don't have dates on that specifically, but they will be at Harvell's in Santa Monica on 4th Street coming up Friday night, March 8th. $10. Doors are at 8. The show's at 9:30 again. That QR code will take you to the Harvell's site to buy your tickets for that. Come check out the girls. Hang out with the Meach on a Friday night. It's all good. It'll be fun times. I have a comment. The glorious and famous hard cam side. No, No. Made famous by WCW and WWE, for being real. Let's not give AEW too much credit on here. All right. I think I've got, so as I said, For the Love of Wrestling returns tomorrow. That's great. I had JJ. I know it's horrible. I'm sorry. I had to go quick because we're trying to move things along here. Tomorrow will be JJ's coverage of the weekend shows. There was no Collision this weekend, so it'll be SmackDown and Rampage, as well as Monday Night Raw for tonight, which goes on a little over an hour and a half from now. From Anaheim, they're at the pond tonight. They're at the Honda Center. I love to see it, man. I know JJ, you'll appreciate this. Our buddy Kalea was asking about tickets because she was offered some. So our buddy Kalea may be going to Raw tonight, which is pretty cool. And yes, JJ wants to emphasize, and I tend to agree. Before we worry about makeovers, we need people to get that donate, and we rely on everybody to provide those donations. Thank you, JJ. Appreciate that in the private chat. I will download that right now, just because it's, I'm not technology happy, and I apologize. So yeah, definitely check that out. Wednesday, JJ and Walter will be doing something special after Dad's. JJ and I are live after Dad's. So I'm not sure what Walter's talking about. I'll go ahead and do that next. I wasn't ready for that yet, but that's okay. Wednesday, JJ and I will be live immediately following For Love Wrestling, as we have our top 10 TV couples episode of the Dads Not Always on Wrestling. And I just realized what I read when I read your comment, Walter. So you guys will be live after this. JJ's going to be a busy boy on Wednesday, which is fine. Busy's good. So let me throw it up there again. JJ and Walter will be doing something special after Dads on Wednesday. So be looking for that. Again, hashtag help JJ get to Rebellion. So yes, so JJ, all the things on Wednesday for JJ. Tomorrow, Tuesday, will be the return of Stat Boy Sports Bar, as he do every Tuesday. Again, this will be a Stat Boy self-produced, directed endeavor due to my familial obligations out in the San Fernando Valley tomorrow. I got to leave sooner than I intended, so that'll be that. Also tomorrow, at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, we'll be simply predicting the Elimination Chamber with Noah, with JJ, with the team. They will be live at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific for simply predicting. And then on Wednesday, as I said, Dads. Thursday will be Talk Wrestling, if I'm here. Hope I'm here. I got to talk to Aaron, but I will be live in the hour before they go live with, no, they're not on Thursday. They're doing their predictions tomorrow too, I think. I don't know. I'll be live Thursday if I'm home. We'll put it that way. Friday, immediately before No Surrender goes live across the multiverse with our watch along, we will have again simply predicting across the Custody Studios and the Simple Man brand, JJ, Noah, etc. I'm sorry, not JJ, because it'll be early, but Noah and the team will be live at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific with the Simply Predicting of No Surrender, which will then go live that night. We will be live at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific with our coverage of the pre-show, the kickoff, the countdown, whatever the hell TNA calls it. Now, for Elimination Chamber, we will not be live when WWE is live. We will be live with our watch-along and play-by-play and reactions at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and, of course, we'll be on the air at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific for Open Mic. That is everything I wanted to get in today, so thank you all for tuning in today. It is much appreciated. Again, JJ will be back tomorrow with his reviews of Collision and SmackDown. Collision was not on the air Saturday, so SmackDown and Rampage and Monday Night Raw. So be looking out for that coming up tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. And then we'll be live with Stat Boy Sports Bar at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern, and then simply predicting at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern. So a lot of shit going on across the Jeff Meacham Network, multiverse of media. So please be on the lookout for it. It's going to be a good time, as promised, for all, as I will paraphrase the Beatles best I can remember in my head right now. We're going to rerun. There we go. He will be joining. JJ will be joining for commentary No Surrender until Attila can join the call. Very cool. That is accurate. I'm going to probably be up early anyway. You know me, I don't sleep very well on a Friday night, so we'll see how things go, man. But hopefully be able to get some sleep. All right, kids, that's it. I promise. So what we will do now is say goodnight. And thank you all again for watching. We will send you to our trailer once again of get your screenshots ready. We'll be having our Friends of the Multiverse, and then we will take you into the preview for our updated preview for our watch-alongs, and then say goodnight for now. Join Aaron for his recap of Raw tonight. Join Datilla for her recap of Raw tonight, and then JJ for his recap of all the things tomorrow morning. Good night.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.